Hello and welcome to Local Edition. I'm Ron Roberson. Brandon Fouche is the owner of Canine Communications, and Brandon is a dog whisperer, if you will, for Karma Rescue. Brandon, welcome.
Hello, how are you?
Just fine, and we'd also like to welcome Petey, who's kind of stealing the show here.
Exactly, Petey. He's a ham in many ways.
Brandon, you're probably one of the most fascinating people that I've ever met, and I've watched you in action, and it's just so many things that impress me about you. How did you get, first of all, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I actually have been rescuing dogs since I was a kid. When I was just starting junior high, I had like 12 dogs that I had rescued. And I was always the guy, if you were looking for your dog, he was probably in my backyard sitting on a box somewhere. And so I've always had a love for dogs. My love really was to find out how they thought, why they did the things that they did. And so that's how I got involved with it.
Karma Rescue specializes in rescuing power breeds, if you will. And how did you get involved with Karma Rescue, and what are some of the things that you've done with them?
Well, the interesting thing about Karma Rescue is that they do rescue power breeds. One of the short sides that they had were that they were looking over those dogs that were aggressive because they felt that they would not be able to successfully put them in homes. So when I met them and they found out what I did, then they realized that they were able to take those dogs that they were skipping over before and sending them to rehabilitation so that they can be adopted out. And most of the dogs that they had were aggressive to other dogs. So once we put them in a dog park setting in my rehabilitation center and taught them how to judge their level of aggression, then they were able to be adopted out. And so that's how our relationship began.
And so when dogs are rescued by Karma, they bring them to you and you put them back together again and make them home friendly. Do you domesticate them? Is that a good word to say?
Well, you know, domestication is a side that we like to talk about, but it's only a part of the dog. The other half is dated back to the wolf, which is the side that people don't understand. And that's the reason why dogs are shunned or put in shelters, because they don't understand aggression. And aggression is a very intricate part of the dog. It comes with them. It's like a scale. You've got aggression and you have the domesticated side. The things that we like most about dogs is domestication. Don't chew up the furniture, don't pee on the rug, right? Don't bark, don't be aggressive. But all of these things are part of the dog. The beautiful thing about Karma Rescue is that they have embraced this way of thinking, which is really not a new way of thinking. It is a very old, ancient way of communicating with dogs. But it is a way that nature has intended dogs to process information. And so once they saw the ability to work with dogs, because in rehabilitation we find out what it is a dog can do, and then we find out why he's not doing it. And once they saw the difference in the dogs after they come from me, then the relationship spawned from there.
I've seen you in action. I've been at your locale, and you actually put me in the pit with all these dogs. Must have been 20, 30 dogs. And every one of those dogs responded to you with respect, and not fear, but respect. How do you control and command the presence of such animals?
Well, I have found a long time ago that nature has instructed a dog to process information differently than the way humans like to do it. We tend to think that a simple training, which is sit, stay, come, heel, down, follow, is training for a dog, and that's all that they need. But I have found that to teach a dog to do something that he already knows how to do is wasting a lot of valuable time, as opposed to working with them the way nature says. Nature, for an example, the word sit or down. Nature tells a dog to down for two reasons. One, because you're tired, and the other is because you're being dominated, and generally that's on the back. But when we say down, it's not for those reasons. So the dog does not feel that he needs to down. And so that's the problem that we have. There have been many books written on training, but we're still having problems with dogs because of behavior. That's the most important thing.
Well, that's all of our time, and thank you so much for being with us, and thank you for bringing Petey. When I'm in your presence, I have no fear, sir.
Well, that's great.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for joining us on Local Edition. I'm Ron Roberson. Petey and I will see you at another locale. Bye-bye.